exactly should you during those attacks, and specifically, what should you do? Combat trainer Paul, what's your last name?
Ciardo.
Ciardo is here to answer some of those questions with the help of my friend Jared. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So let's first talk about this. It depends on where you are when something like this happens. You're going to walk us through those scenarios.
Correct, yes.
So tell me, first off, let's start with run. Is that ever a good idea in an active shooter
Absolutely.
situation?
So it really depends on the distance of where the active shooter is. So if someone's shooting from afar, you hear shots going off, absolutely, you're going to run, get out of the area, protect yourself, hide, gain cover. Okay. Don't think about defending unless you're in that scenario to where your life depends on it. And
let's talk about that situation. When you're face to face with a shooter, exactly what happens? I know for a lot of people, it's an adrenaline rush and you're not really thinking appropriately. But if you've had training like this, you can kind of think a little bit quicker.
Yes. So if we have a situation to where someone's coming at you and attacking, you got to think the human response is to more or less freeze. You go into this scenario to where, what do I do? So many things are racing through your head. And the fact is, you have a split second to react to more or less save your life.
And Jared, kind of walk us through that. So if Jared is the active shooter and he has the gun, what would you do, Paul?
So if we're in a situation where there's an active shooter and he's coming forward with an attack, I have two choices. I could either run, and you got to think I'm turning my back. So in this case, I'm more or less guaranteed to be shot.
Right.
Or I could see the shooter, and you got to think, that shot is going line of sight. That bullet's going to fly forward.
Right.
So you got to think we're going to do two active defenses. One is going to be a hand defense where I'm actively grabbing the weapon, and two, I'm moving my body out of the line of attack.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm proceeding with an attack forward, and I'm going to rip the weapon from that attacker.
Wow.
So you got to think that's from a shooter's line of sight. So now, if you have a scenario to where you're in a group,
yes.
You know, the shooter's objective is to inflict as much harm as possible. So if we have a situation to where that shooter, let's actually do it from this end.
Okay.
Where that shooter is now facing a group of people, you know, what do? I can, again, either run, but in this case, all the people in front of that shooter are in danger.
Absolutely.
So for me, I could attack to where I can walk in, boom, quickly attack that weapon and try to take away. And you got to think, if more than one person has this mindset of attacking the active shooter, you know, we can all work and get that person down.
And unfortunately, in so many situations, we hear about so many people trying to protect. So you're opening doors and you're inviting people in to try to protect them.
Yes.
Does it ever help for someone to think maybe to drop down because then you're not in that active line of sight, as you mentioned?
Well, you got to think, a shooter's going to focus on more or less the torso up.
Okay.
So if we're laying on the ground, you know, we're out of the line of fire. But now we're in a situation to where if that attacker is in the room, if I'm down, now I have to figure out how to get up.
Okay.
So we do want you to get down, and if that attacker's in an area, we want to be able to move quickly and protect.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't think a lot of people would think to go after the attacker. To me, it requires a lot of bravery.
It really does. You know, the thing is, your life is on the line.
Right.
So you have a choice. It's either attack or be attacked.
Yeah.
So.
When you hear about the situation that happened down in Florida, that's a mass shooting because they said it was 3,000 kids at the school, but in that building specifically, they're running through hallways and trying to get out. Does that cause more of a situation of chaos and not knowing what to do?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's completely chaotic, and that's what the attacker wants. I mean, you got to think, everyone's running around, no one's thinking how to react to that scenario.
Right.
So, I mean, we're all moving targets.
And your skills are for specifically if you're in a face-to-face situation with the attacker. You know where the shots are coming from, and it's not like you're just hearing things around you.
Yeah, if you hear and you don't see the attacker, get out, hide, cover, protect.
Gotcha. Thank you both, Jared, Paul. We appreciate you guys coming in.